welcome to the 96th episode of Recluse Horror. This is a daily horror movie review podcast. With me again today is Sam.
Hey.
From the very beginning this time.
Hey.
So just a little background on the project. Back on my birthday last April, I decided I wanted to watch and review a horror movie every single day. I have done so for the past 363 days, although only the last 96 have been podcasts. Before that, it was text reviews. So today was Foreign Friday, which Sam thankfully reminded me when we were going to pick out a movie, so thank you, Sam.
You're welcome. Sorry.
I don't know, I was looking for something, like European for some reason, and I don't know, I looked for a Norwegian film and that didn't come up easily. A bunch of stuff that was not Norwegian came up, but I was able to find one from the Netherlands. It was a Dutch one called Child's Play from 2017.
Not what I expected.
There is no doll in this one. For those of you who don't know or don't remember, the Chucky movies are actually called the Child's Play series.
Child's Play. It's completely different.
Totally, this is a completely different movie.
And the name's different. It's Child Play, right?
No.
Oh, it is Child's Play and Child's Play?
Mm-hmm. It's the exact same, title.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, exact same title, very different types of movies. So, Sam, how did you like Child's Play from 2017? We think it's from 2017, but nothing will come up. It was posted in 2017.
You know, I knew this point
mm-hmm.
in the podcast would come up
mm-hmm.
where you asked me what I thought about it,
uh-huh.
and I was going to have to say something, you
mm-hmm.
know?
Right.
So I've been thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
And I think I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, it seems fair. That seems fair. Yeah, I didn't, the beginning of the movie was fine. It wasn't anything spectacular. The end of the movie was so bad. It completely contradicted everything else and made no sense. So, that's the movie.
Unless there's some nuances that
we didn't pick up on,
or some backstory that was alluded to somehow that I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just ends in the most baffling way possible.
Yeah.
Or not even baffling, just like
unrelated.
Yeah,
it's like the ending to a different movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so that happened.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing.
And it wasn't even like something amazing that happened.
No. It wasn't like, we have this really cool ending. It doesn't fit with any story that we can produce on screen, but we're going to put it on here anyway because it's awesome.
It mostly just ends.
No, yeah, it pretty much just ends. So, this is a student film, and they put it out for free. So, there are things about it that are not too bad. There are definitely some things that are not good about it. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I definitely wouldn't recommend it to like anybody.
Yeah, even it'd be a hard recommend. Yeah. Well, like I thought the acting was good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the shooting was good.
Yeah.
I thought the lighting was good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good angles. Mm-hmm. Even that last angle we're making fun of was that last shot.
That last shot
was a really good shot.
Yeah, it was framed really well.
But you're just like, why?
But yeah, you're definitely like, why?
And there's some good like followed shots. There's a lot of motion, tracking shots. Yeah, sorry. Mm-hmm. Those are really good and hard to do.
Yeah, there's a bit of camera shakiness, but like
it's
they
minimal.
don't. Yeah, it's not too bad. And it's clear, like as I said, it was a student film. These people can't afford a Steadicam, so like you can't always expect people to be able to do that.
So that's just a good, decent like camera work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They clearly have the tools if they had the Steadicam, like the tools, I mean like the
ability.
The ability, yeah, the tools within themselves to do it. They just need the actual tools, in a Steadicam to be able to do that. So
yeah, to have it not shake.
And they were thinking about the shots, which is also good. They're clearly were planned out shots.
Yeah. This comes from this way and this comes from this room. There's a couple of long shots. It does have cuts. It's not one shot.
Yeah, it's not one continuous shot or anything.
But it has longer shots, not a bunch of cuts, which really add to the mood.
Yeah. What did you think about the sound?
I didn't really pay attention to it.
It was very echoey. The whole thing. I mean, it's realistic too.
I was reading too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Sam has bad eyes, so sometimes his reading is not like the easiest thing for him to do off
of his own into reading.
Yeah, and miss all the other stuff.
Sometimes, yeah.
The sound was not very good. It was clearly audio, like raw audio that they had gotten from the recorded at the location. It wasn't ADR'd or anything like that. But and it makes sense. She's okay. So we never synopsized this. It's about a woman who, her and her family are moving into a new apartment, and she's there by herself, trying to get set up for them repainting or something before they move in. And then she starts hearing things happening. So that's the movie. So the whole thing is like an empty apartment, which actually like seems like it would be kind of a boring set, and it's not unboring, but they made it visually interesting using those shots that we were talking about. That added the layer of like visual interest that you sort of needed. The sound was all very echoey and so forth, which is realistic to the scenario, but like when you're watching a film, it's still distracting to a certain degree, or it sounds bad when you use that audio, so you kind of have to like tone it down. You can add a slight echo effect, but you definitely want to film in such a way that you don't get that sort of echo. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but it seems like audio production is like the hardest part of making a short film. And this wasn't bad. You could hear everything that was being said. Mind you, I don't speak Dutch or whatever, but like...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's...
No, it's in Dutch. But like, I don't speak that language, so I have no idea whether like what she was saying like would have been audible to audiences that actually spoke the language, like in so much that they would be able to understand it. But I felt like I could understand like the different sounds she was making and everything. I know that's kind of like a weird thing, but yeah. And that's really something that I have seen in some of these short films, ones that had bigger budgets than this, that you couldn't hear what they were saying. So I don't know.
Seems tough.
Yeah, it does. It seems tough, but they did the bare minimum of what they needed to do, which was like actually get the sound. They got the sound.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't pay too much attention. Mm-hmm. Was there any post sound at all? Was there music? There's a little bit, right?
I don't know. I was more paying attention to the echoiness. I don't know if there was any added, effects or anything like that. I'm not sure.
I thought at the end there was at least a sting or something.
There might have been like one musical sting or something like that. There might have been some ambiance or something in the middle too, and I just wasn't focusing on it because I was paying attention to the other aspects. But
even still, like, it didn't bother me, especially since a lot of foreign movies, I just kind of focus on the reading and the imagery. So then a lot of times the audio like
stuff
passes by me a little bit in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, because you don't have to actually listen to it.
Yeah, you're reading it.
Yeah,
if you're listening to it, it actually, for me, a lot of times it actually distracts me, especially if I'm listening to dialogue.
Yeah,
because they're saying stuff and I want to hear like how they're saying it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm trying to read. But yeah, that's just like that's not the film's fault. That's my fault from not being able to like
do two things,
gather it all together. It's like 3 or 4 things. Or
no,
whatever,
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but not being able to do those two particular things. I used to do the same thing and never listen to the actual dialogue or not pay very much attention to it. But I don't know, for some reason, the last 10 years or something, I've developed a taste for it. Actually, I'm always really interested in like inflection and stuff.
I've gone back to foreign movies with subtitles that I really like, and have turned off the captions and just watched the movie in a foreign language, so I could just watch it since I know what's happening and I approximately know the lines, and what they're saying, just so I could enjoy it without having another thing to look at and keep up with.
You can take slightly less attention on the subtitles and so forth, just because
you can hear how everything's pronounced and delivered. Mm-hmm. You know, even if you don't understand the language, and you can keep a better eye on what's happening in the visually in the film.
Right.
And this is in very few movies. This is just ones I've like really
seen a bunch of times. Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about with this one? I mean, I guess we should talk about the actual movie. I think we've talked about the technical elements mostly.
There's not much. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And I do want to talk about the end super bad.
I know, right?
But we're not.
Yeah.
So that makes me not want to talk about it anymore, because I just want to be like... And that's the thing. That's the thing that for me is like... And like I said, maybe I missed it, or maybe I missed what's supposed to be happening.
I don't think you did, because
But the end's like eluding me of what it's supposed to mean, and like, yeah, I can jump to a conclusion of what it is, and
I can jump to one of two conclusions.
I could jump to a million conclusions, but they don't make sense. You know, like I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, there's two ways to interpret this. One way is that they didn't have money to make an effect that would have made sense with the story that they made, which is very possible. Again, student film. Or the second is that for some reason there is something going on that doesn't make any sense and has nothing to do with the lead up in the movie. They start leading
like it's
you
a
in
misdirect.
Yeah, but it's a misdirect that the alternative has no explanation. The things that would have had to have happened in order for that to have just been the thing that they're leading you to believe requires so many things that don't make sense. It requires people to act in ways that people don't act.
Yeah, it's weird.
So that's the real problem. That's the story. I mean, the rest of the story is fine. Like the dialogue, in so much as the English subtitles indicate, at least they seem natural. The dialogue seems pretty natural. It's not really a big deal, but the rest of it, like just the story itself, where it goes, this basic structure of the story makes very little sense. It requires either, just two things that don't make sense. I don't know. I'm gonna start giving too much away if I say much more than that. So, was there anything else?
Nothing that I could really think of. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm at the point where I just want to talk about what the hell the end was supposed to be. Yeah, what is that? Because it could definitely make sense. Oh, it wouldn't be that hard.
But the things that would have to have happened for that to, don't make... why would anybody do those things?
Well, there's a simple way to make it... I feel like there's a few simple ways to make it have some more of a story that made, sense. But they didn't do any of those things, so that leads me to think maybe that's not what they were trying to portray.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's confusing to me,
Yeah. Either that or it needed to be edited differently. What happened in that maybe could have made sense if it was done in a different order.
Maybe.
But in the way that it was shown, it was kind of stupid. So the last thing I guess I wanted to talk about has nothing to do with this movie. So, that's our review of Child's Play from 2017.
It's not a remake.
It's not a remake. There's not one doll in this whole movie. I'm terribly disappointed. Sam, did you have fun at the thing yesterday at my fake birthday thing?
Yeah, I had fun.
I had fun too. I got free stuff from everybody.
Cool story.
Somebody found a shirt that they said that they didn't have, and then they found it and they gave it to me for free.
It was a miracle. It was a birthday miracle.
It was a birthday miracle. Praise birthdays. It was fun. Thanks for showing up to the last half of yesterday to back me up on that one. Because I was saying some stuff that I didn't know if I could sell, and then Samuel helped me sell it. Because he said the exact same things, even though he hadn't heard the beginning of the review. He wasn't just standing outside listening to me, if you guys were wondering, just so that he could come in and say the same thing. No, this is just a weird movie. Yeah. Much like this one is just a weird movie.
Yeah. I'm going to be so glad to stop doing short films.
I know.
I've enjoyed a decent amount of them, and I respect the filmmaking, but
for sure.
They're not...
So many of them...
They're not always that fulfilling. They're almost never fulfilling to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I have a couple of ideas for the last ones. If I actually have time to like look for some in advance, there's a couple that I like kind of want to try that like may have
off.
Yeah, that I've been putting off for one reason or another, or that I might like. It might have a higher chance of being a better movie. But I would have to like do a little bit of research and then write those down and try to remember them.
Research.
I'm really bad. I'm good at research. I'm really bad at like making myself do research. When I do it, it's fine.
Or remembering or writing down any of the research you did.
Yeah, that I'm bad at. So yeah, I guess that's our episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our episode today. Thank you so much for listening. As I mentioned yesterday, I did celebrate my birthday yesterday. It wasn't actually my birthday, so there's still some episodes to come in the daily format before I start shifting. I will have more information about exactly what's going to happen after that point later on. But yeah, if you did like the show, please rate, review, subscribe, whatever it is on whatever, platform that you found us. If you would like to help the show, the best thing that you can do is to share it with someone that you love or someone that you think would like the show. As Sam said, actually, I've said it before, but we will not be doing as many short films later on. I may do, I don't know, I haven't decided everything, but we will at least be doing feature lengths most of the time in our episodes when we stop doing the daily format, just because I think it's easier to fit in, even on a 40-hour work week, it's easy to fit in one full-length movie.
Yeah, it's so easy.
In a couple of weeks or even a week.
Just do that on accident.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I didn't realize this was a horror film. I did it.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to share it with someone and they don't have the same platform as you, or if you don't like the platform that you found us on, we are available on YouTube, Player FM, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, and pretty much any podcatcher out there. And you can reach out to us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or you can email me at reclusehorror@gmail.com. Is there anything else that you... No? That's it?
I'm unreachable.
What's your rating for this movie?
I give it 24 Crayola crayons.
Crayola crayons, okay.
The plot thickens on this one, huh?
Plot thickens. Ooh.
It's a crayon monster the whole time.
I give it one regular, normal buddy doll. Regular ass normal buddy doll. That's what I give it.
Is it my buddy?
My buddy doll.
In Child's Play, it's was it a pal?
Yeah, it might be a pal doll or something.
Pal doll.
Oh, we're losing all of our horror credit by not knowing the name of the fake doll in Child's Play. I really like those movies. That's possibly the first horror movie I ever saw. I was 3, so
I saw it pretty young too.
Yeah, that opening, I didn't know what was going on, but I thought it was cool. I remember the moment I saw that doll, I didn't like it, and it was just a buddy doll on my buddy doll.
I think it's just a buddy doll.
Is it just a buddy doll?
I'm looking it up. Oh, it's gonna kill me. I know it's based off of a My Buddy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't remember. Oh, that's right. It's a Good Guy doll.
Good Guy doll. That's right. Oh, fuck. Oh.
How did I forget that?
How did I forget that?
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. That used to, I don't know how I didn't remember that, because when guys would say they were a good guy,
you'd think of that?
I would think of that and chuckle to myself.
No, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Okay. I'll make sure I stay away from you then. You're no Brad Dourif, sir. That's right. Good Guy doll. God damn it. Thank you for looking that up, Samuel.
I know. I can't believe you know that.
I know. We lost all of our horror cred.
Goodbye. I never had any.
Yeah.
I didn't like horror movies anymore.
You never did a ton.
That's what this will do.
Sam.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.